Cleopatra VII. Cleopatra was born in 69 BC. She was the last active ruler of the Ptolemaic Kingdom of Egypt. The Ptolemies were a Macedonian Greek dynasty. Cleopatra embraced her Egyptian heritage and learned the language. She was known for her intelligence and charm. Cleopatra was a shrewd strategist and skilled diplomat. The Roman Republic was a growing power in the Mediterranean. She needed Rome's favor to maintain Egypt's independence. Cleopatra came to power in 51 BC, co-ruling with her brother. She sought the support of Julius Caesar in Rome. Cleopatra was a captivating figure, known for her beauty and charisma. They began a romantic and political alliance, shaping history. Cleopatra's relationship with Julius Caesar was a complex one. It was a mix of love, passion, and political expediency. When they met, Cleopatra was desperate to regain her throne. Caesar was looking for a way to expand his power. Their alliance was mutually beneficial. Cleopatra captivated Caesar with her intelligence and charm. She was not considered conventionally beautiful, but she possessed an undeniable magnetism. She was a skilled conversationalist. Cleopatra was fluent in several languages. She impressed Caesar with her knowledge of politics and philosophy. They became lovers. Their relationship caused a scandal in Rome. Cleopatra used her relationship with Caesar to her advantage. She convinced him to help her defeat her rivals. She regained her throne. Cleopatra then ruled Egypt as sole monarch. She made Caesar her consort. He remained a powerful ally. Caesar and Cleopatra had a son. They named him Caesarion. This further solidified their bond. It also fueled resentment in Rome. Many Romans feared that Caesar was becoming too powerful. They also disliked his relationship with a foreign queen. In 46 BC, Cleopatra traveled to Rome with Caesar and their son, Caesarion. She was received with a mixture of curiosity and disdain. Cleopatra was determined to make her presence felt. She lived openly with Caesar, who showered her with gifts and honors. He even erected a golden statue of her in the Temple of Venus Genetrix. This outraged many Romans. Cleopatra's time in Rome ended abruptly in 44 BC. Julius Caesar was assassinated, plunging Rome into chaos. Cleopatra fled back to Egypt with her son. Section 4. The Queen and the General Cleopatra and Mark Antony. After Caesar's assassination, Rome was divided. Mark Antony, Caesar's right-hand man, emerged as one of the most powerful men in Rome. Cleopatra saw an opportunity to forge a new alliance. She needed Antony's support to protect Egypt from her enemies. In 41 BC, Cleopatra summoned Mark Antony to Tarsus. She arrived on a magnificent barge, dressed as the goddess Aphrodite. Antony was immediately smitten. He was drawn to her beauty, intelligence, and power. They began a passionate love affair. Cleopatra and Antony's relationship was more than just a love affair. It was a strategic partnership. They needed each other to achieve their ambitions. Cleopatra needed Antony's military might to protect Egypt. Antony needed Egypt's wealth to fund his campaigns. They ruled their respective domains together, enjoying a lavish lifestyle. They even had 3 children together. Cleopatra and Antony's relationship was controversial from the start. Antony was already married to a Roman woman. Their affair caused a scandal in Rome. Antony's enemies used it to discredit him. They accused him of being bewitched by Cleopatra and claimed he was neglecting his duties to Rome. Section 5. The Battle of Actium and the Fall of a Kingdom. The relationship between Cleopatra and Mark Antony ultimately led to their downfall. Antony's rival for power in Rome, Octavian, used Antony's relationship with Cleopatra as propaganda against him. He painted Antony as a traitor to Rome, bewitched by a foreign queen. In 31 BC, the conflict between Antony and Octavian came to a head. The two forces met in a naval battle off the coast of Greece at Actium. Cleopatra was present at the battle with her fleet. She had promised Antony her support. The Battle of Actium was a disaster for Antony and Cleopatra. Antony's fleet was defeated. Cleopatra fled the battle with her ships. Antony followed her, leaving his remaining forces to their fate. The battle marked the end of their dreams of ruling the Roman world together. Antony and Cleopatra fled back to Egypt. They knew that Octavian would pursue them. They prepared for their last stand. But their situation was hopeless. Antony's forces were demoralized. Octavian's army was larger and better equipped. Section 6. The Serpent's Bite, Cleopatra's Tragic End. Octavian's forces invaded Egypt in 30 BC. They met little resistance. Antony, deserted by his allies and his troops, committed suicide. He died in Cleopatra's arms. Cleopatra was captured by Octavian's forces. She was determined to avoid the humiliation of being paraded through the streets of Rome in chains. She also wanted to protect her children. Cleopatra negotiated with Octavian, hoping to secure a favorable outcome for her children. Octavian, however, was determined to take Cleopatra back to Rome as a captive. He wanted to display her as a symbol of his victory over Antony. Cleopatra, realizing that she could not escape her fate, chose to end her own life. According to legend, Cleopatra committed suicide by allowing an asp, a venomous Egyptian cobra, to bite her. She died on August the 12th, 30 BC, at the age of 39. Her death marked the end of the Ptolemaic dynasty. Egypt became a province of the Roman Empire. Section 7. Cleopatra's enduring legacy. Cleopatra's life and death have captivated historians and storytellers for centuries. She was a complex and contradictory figure. She was a ruthless politician and a loving mother. She was a cunning strategist and a passionate lover. Cleopatra was a woman of immense talent and ambition. She was ultimately brought down by her enemies and the tides of history. Cleopatra's story is a reminder that love and power are a dangerous mix. Her legacy is complex. She was a skilled ruler who brought prosperity to Egypt. She was also a cunning manipulator who used her charm and intelligence to achieve her goals. Cleopatra was a product of her time. She was a woman who dared to challenge the patriarchal norms of her day. Cleopatra's story continues to fascinate us today. She remains an enigma, a symbol of feminine power, and a cautionary tale about the corrupting influence of ambition. She was a woman who lived life on her own terms. Cleopatra left an indelible mark on history.